Oh my goodness, dude. Yo, man. Last night, when this stuff was getting announced, all I wanted to do was springboard off my bed, jump right into this chair, press that red button, and just start speaking the universal language. Bro, I was ready. I was ready, man. But there was one problem. Your boy did not have a fresh cut. And so today, the very first thing that I did was I went straight to the barber. I got myself a nice, clean cut that you clearly see on my head right now because I was like, yo, I gotta talk about some pink. And I'm not talking about pink with some hair that don't look nice. So we're here, ready to talk about some gas. And let me tell you, people, get your Santa hats on because it's Christmas Day. It's Christmas Day, bro. Listen to me. Yo, man, last night was Christmas for Trails fans. This was the equivalent of Ichiro Oda saying the final saga for One Piece is about to start, and then he drops like 6 panels, not elaborating on any of them. I mean, brother, some of these things have me shook, man. So first, I want to start off with Hansuke. Shout out to Hansuke for providing the information throughout the course of the shareholders meeting. So last night there was a shareholders meeting, and I can't take those seriously thanks to Like a Dragon anymore. the Ichiban, the business stuff. I absolutely love that minigame, by the way, but I can't take shareholders meetings seriously anymore. But regardless, Hansuke was able to be a part of this, so the information was being delivered to us, and keep in mind the delivery part, man, because we've been start talking about, I ain't talking about Amazon. We're not talking about DoorDash. You know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Delivery, son. So let me tell you, Hansuke comes in and says subtitle, Farewell O Zemuria. When I saw this, I still don't know how to feel. What does that even mean? Farewell, O Zemuria. Son, I fell out my bed. I'm talking easy. I was sitting there chilling. Next thing I knew, I was on the floor. Who provides a subtitle like that and it's in English? It ain't in Japanese. They were intentional about it. They knew people like us would be watching all around the world, and they said, no, we're intentional about our business. We're standing on big business. Farewell O Zemuria is the subtitle of the 20th anniversary title of the Kiseki series, also known as the Trail series. Kondo, what are you cooking, son? We follow that up. We officially see the title card, and I was like, yo, it looks nasty. It looks beautiful. I love it. Some individuals were saying how it looks very similar to what we saw from Nayuta, and I was like, oh God, and the comparisons don't stop there. So now we get into the screenshots. Oh my goodness, dude. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not played, this goes without saying. First and foremost, if you're not a fan of the words Go Rough Fire Peak, just leave. Leave. I don't know what you're doing, just leave. Number 2, if you are not caught up to the Legend of Heroes series, specifically to Kuro no Kiseki 2, if you have not finished playing Kuro no Kiseki 2, do not watch this video from this point onward because these screenshots are a little spooky. All right, they are a little spooky. And even, you know what, I don't even care. I don't care what you do. You keep watching. I'm going to talk about this spooky footage. We start off with the spookiest image of them all. All right, and I'm putting my hat back on because my hair's messed up now. Listen, man, we start off with the spookiest image of them all. We see the Grandmaster. The Grandmaster. Do I need to say any more? It's a 10 out of 10 game. It is going to be peak fiction. The Grandmaster. Out in the open. Like a rabbit. A frog. A bear. Like a wild animal roaming throughout the jungle. The Grandmaster is in the middle of a garden, surrounded by diamonds and emeralds, and leaves, trees. I've only ever seen the Grandmaster surrounded by other individuals of the Council of Ouroboros, aka the Anguis, and then on top of the podium that she so rightfully deserves to be on. So when I see the Grandmaster out in the open, after remembering what she said at the end of Reverie, oh my god. And I was like, bro, the end is coming. It's over. And long story short, it's over. The world is coming to a close. We're done playing games. And bro, man, I don't even want to imagine the implications of this, dude. The Grandmaster is out in the open. Now, I'm not sure if this screenshot is showing the actual material world that the characters are a part of, or is this like a Garten type of thing? What is it called again? Like the Martin Garten, the virtual reality that we were playing in Kuro no Kiseki 2 whenever we went through the Reverie corridor-esque sections in that game. It could be that, but my entire being wants it to be the Grandmaster out in the open chilling. I do, bro. You know how raw that would be? The leader, the boss of the organization we've been following for all these games, finally making her move. Oh, man, bro, she's gonna cook. And I'm here for it. Dude, listen, I've been waiting for an excuse to put the Grandmaster in the S tier. I've been waiting for the excuse. We just haven't seen anything from her. But the aura is there. The design is there. The setup is there. The voice is there. I just needed something to happen. And by the flag nurse, it's time. It's time. So then we move on from that spooky image. And we get an image just as spooky. Because by the flag nurse, Hermes. Now, I didn't, this didn't immediately click with me. I thought this was a new character. But then I started seeing what everybody was posting online with the similarity in designs and the jacket. And I was like, our Amazon delivery girl is going to be the main protagonist of this game, or one of them at least. I was like, what in the world is going on? So the entire time I was wondering why she always had a helmet on her head. And here we know why. Because Kondo was cooking, trusting the plan. Trusting the plan, man. If there's anyone we need to trust when he's cooking, it's that guy right there. It's Kondo, baby. And he understood the mission at hand. That the one individual who was going to continuously help us on our travels, the one individual who was going to deliver a package no matter where we went in the land, was her. And it's for good reason. Because now in this game, if we're not delivering gas, then I don't know what we're doing, because it's literally there for the picking, son. She's a delivery driver. Let her deliver some elves. Let her deliver some hands. Man, I'm ready, son. Yo, if I see her do any type of Cloud Strife-esque motorcycle board, oh my god, we're gonna be in like swimmer, man. So Hermes, in this game, I don't know if she's the MC. I don't know if she's just the character in the game again. I don't even know if our protagonists are even going to be in here, but we will talk about that in a second. The next one, an image just as spooky as the last two. I don't know, Keshi, random Gundam in outer space, beyond the boundary. Yo, we get to take a look at the Trails verse once again from outer space. Now, obviously, this is where we thought we were going to be heading, especially with where Kuro no Kiseki has been headed in regards to the little small bits and pieces and little sequences dedicated to the program that they have to attempt to launch into space, right? And we keep hearing about certain little things within these two games that are leading us towards this. So, obviously, after what McBurns did at the end of Cold Steel 4, we've all been wondering, what does Beyond the Boundary mean? What does Leaving Zemuria mean, man? And with the subtitle of this game, we're either going to space, we're going to a different dimension, we're doing something, but our robots are back. And I'm looking forward to seeing if it's just going to be Divine Knights. Is this going to be a different type of Divine Knight? Because, if the Divine Knights are coming back, it's perfect time for my boy Reed to come back with Valamar. Son, are you kidding? I'm in there, man. I'm ready. I've been ready for years. Man. That's one of my favorite relationships and dynamics in the series is Reed and Valamar. So you know I'm ready. But regardless, even if it's not that, and it's just Divine Knights coming back into the picture again, the Divine Knight concept and the battles took place in Cold Steel is one of the reasons why I love that arc so much. Is just looking forward to, after you finish a boss fight, you would then have a robot Gundam-esque boss fight to do after. I mean, that's just so raw, dog. Come on, man. No further explanation needed. So then following that up, we have what appears to be Krail Village. But within Krail Village, we see a small pixelated individual. Now, people keep bringing to my attention and flooring me, mind you, with the possibility this is Kevin Graham. Now, if this is Kevin Graham, that means, number one, Falcom has not forgotten my boy, and number two, if it's Kevin Graham, it's Kevin Graham. It's Kevin Graham! And if Kevin is in this game, oh, he better pull up with Rias. I better see them in glorious, not screw 3D. I better see them in 4D. I better see them more real than I see myself when I look in the mirror. The bread that Rias eats better be better looking than the bread that's in my pantry. I'm telling y'all right now, I better see them in 4K. They better look like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth characters. When I see them, I better think of Yakuza Infinite Wealth than Trails. Because the budget is going to go up just for my 2. Are you kidding me? I can't wait. If this really is Kevin, and it would make sense considering the area that is exploring, if this really is Krail Village, oh my gosh. Oh man, let us cook. Some other individuals have brought up the possibility of this being Reen. That is also a possibility too. We remember in the last year during the interview that we heard there were going to be characters from the Sen no Kiseki Cold Steel stuff, as well as a heavy emphasis on Shizuna and Van. So obviously when Shizuna's brought into the picture, I was like, all right, Reen's about to show up here relatively soon, and we were all hoping for that to be the case. We don't see him in these screenshots, and who knows, man. My copium for both Kevin and Reen is extremely high because I love both characters. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. Regardless, that is a spooky screenshot with a character in the distance, and regardless of who it is, if it really is Kevin, man, we're gonna eat, because this will be the first time he's actually in game since Trails to Azure. Since Ao no Kiseki, man. That game came out like 2011, dude. Are you kidding me? Naruto was still ongoing in 2011. You know how long ago that was? Bleach was in the Fullbringer. One Piece was in Fishman Island. 2011 was a long time ago, son. Yo. All we've seen him in is screenshots after that and moving pictures. Like, brother, let me see that man in the game. So we cut over from what I believe is Krail Village. Then we see, oh my goodness, Beauregard, Big Boss himself with Campy. Big Campy in the back. Now, I've missed Campy, I'm not gonna lie. I really have. I have missed seeing my dog, Campanella, just in general, because of the presence that Campy brings to the series. So this is going to be really exciting, seeing both Campy and the Grandmaster moving within the same game. That's already our recipe for craziness. We're ready for the next part of the plan, right? Like, we believe in it. But I'm curious as to why Beauregard is here with Campy, or why Campy is with Beauregard. Like, what leads to a scenario like that? I have no idea. It's very, very exciting, but let's go on to the next screenshot, because, brother, oh, man, especially after Kuro 2. I have to emphasize this once more. If y'all have not played Kuro no Kiseki 2, do not hear what I'm about to say, son, because I don't want to ruin it for you, man. I don't want to ruin it, all right? Let me tell y'all something here, dude. Yo, after Kuro no Kiseki 2 and the reunion with Lapis, and seeing Nadia and Swin go through what they had to go through in that game, and the masterclass of greatness of what they had to experience, going from that, I was like, yo, the reunion at hand is inevitable. It is inevitable. And who do we see in the bottom right? We see Big C. Big C. Capital R-U-F-U-S, man. Yo. Son, this game is going to have Rufus Albareda. That's an art. Yo, man, every game with Rufus hasn't failed me yet. That's all I know. That's all I know. That's Big Dog Roof. That's Big Dog Roof. And let me tell y'all something. That guy looks like he's cooking. He looks like he's been cooking in the kitchen for a minute. His children have been cooking in the kitchen. I can only imagine what Big Pops has cooking in the kitchen. I can't wait. I can't wait. That was one of the most exciting parts of watching this, was seeing Big Rufus coming back into the picture. Just based on these 6 screenshots, it's going to be a generational experience. Now I'm going to read what Noisy Pixel put out for the description that was given with this entire thing, right? So let's go ahead and read this. In the year 120X, everything will end. That, of course, leads back to what we were building towards after the end of Trails into Reverie of the insanity of what the Grandmaster had cooking in the kitchen, and why we were all like, oh my goodness. In Kurano Kiseki 2, one of the biggest reveals for me was the idea that we had not done the thing that we initially set out to do, to attempt to stop all of this from taking place. Like the things were still in motion. The plans were still in motion. So really, really exciting stuff. But in the year 1206, everything will end. The father of the Orbital Revolution, C. Epstein, who predicted the end of the Zemuria continent. C. Epstein, the father of the revolutionary leadership. The X day is imminent. From a huge base built in the Kunlun region, a rocket was about to be launched. Good Lord. Will man ever make it beyond the atmosphere? What lies at the end of the continent? What lies at the end of the continent? Will mankind ever learn the truth about the world? And I keep going back to what McBurn said at CS4, bro. While the whole world watches to witness the largest undertaking since the dawn of history, my God. While the whole world watches to witness the largest undertaking since the dawn of history, someone in the singularity that is Ored, forces from all over the land are about to gather, including a young Spriggan. Now hold up. Forces from all over the land. Listen to me, man. The young man who was a Spriggan and other forces from all over the world are about to converge. What will happen? Will the path that leads to the faraway heavens become the future of Zemuria? Or blank ... Let me tell y'all right now. Obviously, young man who was a Spriggan is Van. So this lets me believe this game is more than likely going to be a game where Van Arkwright is still a protagonist, or the main central protagonist. At the very least, one of them, right? Now, here's my thing. If they're talking about other forces from all over the world that are about to converge, we're already seeing them. The Grandmaster, Campy, Ouroboros is in motion. If Kevin's in motion, that means the church is in motion. Rufus is about to be in motion. That means the picnic squad is about to be in motion. If all of them are coming together, can I hold out hope for another Cold Steel 4 scenario where we have our favorite bracers, our favorite police department, and our favorite class all coming together for a boxing match unprecedented above all boxing matches? Listen, man, I know this ain't the end of the series yet, but man, oh man, it feels like the entire entire spectrum of Trails is going to change after this. Like, everything I'm hearing right now feels like end game stuff, and obviously I don't feel like this is the end, but it really does feel like this is going to take us in the direction of the end of the story, which means this game and this arc could very well end in Cold Steel 3-like fashion. It really could. It really could. Massive cliffhanger leading us to put the pieces together in the following arc or following game. I mean, we could be looking at, especially considering how the first and second game ended, where neither of them really ended in like a massive cliffhanger. We're due. We're due for a big Trails cliffhanger, man. And if they do for the first time in one of their arcs, they end an arc on a cliffhanger, I would not put that past them. I would not put that past them, man. And so, this is crazy. Obviously, we're all excited. I don't know what they're doing. Remember at the end of Kuro 2, we saw the Kuro 3 final chapter thing, and obviously spooky stuff was being built towards that. But Kai no Kiseki, I don't know if this is actually Kuro 3, or is this going to be a sort of game that leads us into the final chapter, right? Where this is like kind of like a bridge game. I don't know, but it looks like this really is Kuro 3 to me. Based on the characters involved, based on what I'm reading here in the description, it really does feel like this is Kuro 3 and the final game in the Calvard saga. Now, what I wonder is what happens after that. What do we do after Kuro 3? What do we do after the Calvard arc? Is it time for us to go to the next dimension, different continent, because this is about to change the entire landscape of the verse. We're going to be finding out everything. If this really is the final game in where we are in Zemuria, dude, before we go into the next saga, we're going to find out some craziness. We're going to get some answers and a lot more questions, but we're finally going to get a lot of answers for many, many different things. Goodness gracious. I think the things I'm most excited about, obviously, is characters returning. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how the Arkwright Solutions office gets involved in this. Van's role in this. Shizuna's role in this. And how we're going to wrap everything together from the Kuro side of things. With Big Papi Roy Graham Hart. And everything that was being built up until this point from Kuro 1 and Kuro 2. And then, I can't wait, above all things, to see, hopefully, characters like Rain returning, and Kevin, and maybe some of the other protagonists and other returning characters to deal with the scenario at hand. Because, man, when Ouroboros is involved and they're directly in things, it always causes for some of the best stuff. And the fact that the Grandmaster herself is finally making a move, you can expect all of the Anguis to be making their moves, the individuals who were formerly Anguises or members of Ouroboros to make their way in order to retaliate. Like, so many exciting things are on the horizon. But the Grandmaster definitely has me spooked the most. And what in the world are we cooking with Hermes, man? Like, is she really the next protagonist in Trails, or one of them? Or is she just going to be one of the main central points, points of focus for this game? I have no idea. But man, this news has me to the moon and back, bro. And this was the best thing that they could have ever given us for Trails. These are more than crumbs, all right? To me, this was, like I said, the equivalent of receiving a Final Saga announcement with random panels. I'm like, here you go. This is the game plan, you know what I mean? And the fact this is the 20th anniversary game leads me to believe they're really going to put a lot into this. Like, this game has a lot of potential to truly slap. And considering how big Trails has gotten worldwide now, especially with the success of stuff like Cold Steel 3 and bringing all the games over to and giving them an official localization and stuff of that nature, it feels like the Trails franchise, there's never been more Trails fans as long as I've been in the community. So to release a game of this magnitude right now feels perfect. And I just hope that when Trails Through Daybreak releases, we get an announcement for Trails Through Daybreak 2, and that would hopefully mean that this game will come out a few months after the Japanese release in its localization. We'll see what happens. I'm still expecting a 2025 release for the localization of Kai no Kiseki, but I will be there for the Japanese release. We're going to do whatever means necessary, like a different Kuro 2, which was a phenomenal experience. Can't wait to talk about that. But man, oh man, I can't wait for this game. But let me know what y'all thought about all this last night. I know it was a crazy night. We were all losing our minds. Crazy, crazy day for Trails fans. But please let me know how y'all feel about this news, how y'all feel about where the direction of the series is headed from here, potential characters returning, and what's gonna happen, dude? What's gonna happen, man? It's so exciting. It's so exciting. So I will see y'all once again. A huge, massive thank you to Hansuke for providing a lot of this information, and for Noisy Pixel for having this translation available for us for the description. So I will see y'all next time. Thank y'all so much for watching. Take care. Trails, greatness, 20th anniversary, Kai no Kiseki. Next year is going to be probably the greatest year for me for video games, man. I mean, I have 4 of my favorite franchises all dropping heat. It's going to be truly something special. I feel like my favorite game of all time is going to change multiple times next year, and that's never happened. That's never happened, man. It's going to be wild, but I will see y'all. Take care. Thank you so much for watching, man. Goodness gracious, bro. That's Kevin, dude. It's over. It's over.